Hello, my loves, and welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. So, today I want to talk about how to heal yourself spiritually. Now, I have been healing myself spiritually and successfully. Obviously, I always say you're never 100% healed, there's always stuff you need to do, but I have been on this spiritual healing journey for 8 years, and this is quite literally my purpose in life, what my highest self chose to do. So this is an amazing topic for me to talk about because it is what I've experienced and what I've gone through for 8 years. Now I'm going to talk about my own experiences and what I've gone through in order to get from a very sad, depressing, angry, bipolar. I was that sad and angry and had a lot of trauma growing up, and so I went from that to being this healed, loving, I'm alone, I'm capable of being alone, I'm capable of waking up and seeing the good in everything that I do. And I could have never have imagined being here in this moment. So this is what I've done in order to get there. So first, let's talk about what it is to be spiritual, or what is spirituality, right? So spirituality, to be spiritual, this spiritual journey is embracing your darkness to get to the happiness, to get to the light. It is not ignoring it. So it's having all of these experiences, looking inward so you can raise your vibration, so you can do the inner work, so you can see life and heal yourself through a different perspective, right? And everybody's journey is different, and that's what being spiritual is understanding that there is no one size fits all. There is no guide that you need to follow. The spiritual and healing journey is independent per person. It depends on your journey and what your soul chose to do and chose to come here. And the human experience is feeling your emotions. We don't ignore our emotions. It's about embracing and loving your darkness and your shadow, also while loving your light and the best version of yourself. It's not ignoring and being mean to your shadow. It's embracing that, because at one point your shadow, everything that you've went through, suffered so you can thrive, suffered and went through all this experience so this best version of yourself could thrive and be happy and glow and have all these experiences the old you wanted, right? So being spiritual and being on this journey is about healing. It's about going back to who we truly are at the core, which is love. We are love at the core. We are born with abundance. We are abundant. We are born having blessings and miracles in our reality. It's just we have a lot of limiting thoughts and fear put upon us by society to keep us understanding our true power. So for me, what I've done to heal myself spiritually is, when I had my first spiritual awakening, it was before I even realized that's what it was about healing my mental health and looking inward and understanding why I was feeling the things that I felt. So I would understand my triggers and my projections and why things would make me feel, if I felt a feeling that made me mad or anything that I didn't want to feel, I would take a step back and finally pay attention to why I was feeling those emotions, finally paying attention to why those emotions were being brought up, or even when those emotions were happening, because a lot of us don't pay attention to when something makes us angry, or to when something makes us sad. So by not paying attention, we project onto others because we aren't taking responsibility for why things are triggering us. And a lot of people like to think that triggers are a bad thing, but they're not. Triggers help you realize and understand what you need to heal and work on, right? So now that I started paying attention, when it happened when I was 19, I started doing the work when I was 19. So when I started to pay attention to everything I was going through, all the things I was feeling, I would then understand, okay, this made me angry or sad. Why did this make me angry or sad? Oh, it's because when I was younger, I have abandonment wounds, and I felt like no one ever loved me, no one ever chose me, and I had to survive in a household that was violent, right? And I had to speak up, and I had to be in a household that quite literally fucking, was just fucking hell on earth, right? So I learned that I wasn't worthy of love because I needed to earn love. I learned that I was annoying, that I was a bitch. I learned that nobody loved me because I was too hard to love, whatever it was, right? So then I would understand, okay, I got triggered because this triggered my abandonment unworthy wounds, right? So now that I figured that out, I take a step back and say, okay, but is this true? These are just my wounds showing. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of this. Just because somebody is making me feel this way doesn't mean that I'm not worthy of it. And then I understood, this is very, very important. Something that has helped me on my spiritual journey is I understood on a deeper level that my traumas and everything that I've gone through are how people treat me. When people treat people shitty, it is only a projection of their own little self-worth and their traumas inside of them. So, you know how when people make people, you know how when people treat people shitty, and so it makes you feel like you're not loved, or it makes you feel like, like you did something wrong, and you didn't understand why they acted that way? It's not because of you, it's because of them. And so along this healing journey, I needed to learn and understand that how people treat me, how people project, how people see the world is their reality. You can't force somebody to see what you see. You can't force somebody to understand what you understand or to stop hurting you. And it was a hard pill for me to swallow and understand, because we want to justify why people do the things that they do, and we want to prove to people so much, like, love me, stop hurting me. But true self-love is understanding that, you know what, these people, that they have their own traumas. So now that I understand that, it is my job. I have a wall. You are you. I'm not going to worry about you. You can treat me, you can treat people however you want, but that has nothing to do with me. That's a reflection of you. That's a reflection of you. So now that I realize that, I love myself enough to finally do the inner work, to understand, like, look, I am worthy. None of this means that I'm not worthy. None of these traumas meant that I wasn't good enough, right? So it's about identifying your triggers, what you go through. It's about where they come from, and then understanding, like, rearranging that thought process and giving yourself affirmations, telling yourself that you are worthy enough. And the thing is that when you do this over time, and when you heal yourself over time, you start to see, in its magic, you start to see all the trauma in other people, and you start to finally understand why people are the way that they are, and why certain people just choose to see the world angry, and why certain people choose to just be insecure, which there's nothing wrong with all of that, but you can now understand why people are the way that they are without it hurting you, because you were once in their shoes, right? And it's all about empathy. So now the whole goal is to heal yourself so you don't project and hurt other people, because you have unhealed wounds. So this whole spiritual journey, when you go through a lot of these, like when you're leveling up and you're on your healing spiritual journey, right? You have certain moments in your life called tower moments, and those tower moments are kind of like my first few spiritual awakenings. They happened like, I think 2 to 3 times, and each and every one of them was a different, I guess, inner work realization of what I needed to work on. So the first one was actually understanding, like, hey, I don't want to be angry or sad anymore. Like, I'm so over this shit. So what do I need to do? So when tower moments happen, majority of the time, this healing spiritual journey is a lonely road. It truly is a lonely road. So hold on, let's get back. I'll get to that point real quick. But so when these tower moments happen, right? Most of the time, you get really depressed. You see people dropping out of your life. You see things not working out for you. It feels as if everything that was once in your reality is taken away from you, and it feels as if everything is crumbling down and there is no hope. But the thing is, it looks bad, but it's not. That just means that the universe is removing toxicity, things that no longer serve you, out of your life to place better things in your life. But the thing is, you need to go and work through that. Work through all of those emotions, because what the universe is telling you is to sit with this. Sit with this tower moment. Like, it hurts. It's hard. You're confused. But when you do the work, and when you look inward, and when you reprogram your brain, and when you pay attention to your triggers, when you're doing this, you are bettering yourself. Like, yeah, it's hard. It's fucking hard. It's tough. But that's when you grow the most, is when things are tough. When things are tough. So, and I say this because I don't want you to get really like sad, because I had no idea why those things were happening to me. But I promise you, each and every time when you come out of this tower moment, oh my God, the universe and spirit is going to give you 1,000 times over blessings, 1,000 times over things compared to what you previously had, because the universe is rewarding you and telling you, good job. Like, the universe will always reward you, my love. And the one thing that you need to also understand, that I've learned on my spiritual journey through this healing process, is everything is working out for your highest of good. Even if you cannot see it, physical validation, even if your brain can't understand, because like I said, we want to justify it. It is not our job to justify it. Everything is working out for your highest of good. When you're healing and when you're going through stuff and your experiences that you've gone through, like, yes, it fucking sucked. And I didn't deserve to be treated that way. You don't deserve to be treated that way, right? But everything happens for a reason, my love. Even if you can't see it, even if it doesn't make any sense, I promise you, everything happens for a reason. Now, also, what I've done to heal myself spiritually is I meditate. And I can't explain to you how amazing meditation is. And the thing is I don't know how it does it. I've tried to understand, but some way or somehow, meditation helps you love yourself. Because when you are silent and when you are looking inward and being present, it heals you 1,000 times over. So I would say start, if you've never meditated, start for 5 minutes a day, twice a day. I'm trying to do 15 minutes a day, twice a day, or 3 times a day. I haven't been doing it lately, but you can work your way up, and it's just so fucking healing. You learn so much about yourself during meditation, because you are in a natural state of, you raise your state of vibration, and it just, I don't even know how to explain it, you guys. You learn so much about yourself and you heal yourself. And I meditate in nature or like in silence, and I focus on my breath. You can start with guided meditations for mindfulness, or to be present, but meditation helps, I promise you. Also, if you want to start, have a journal in the mornings. So I journal and I speak things into existence. So every morning I meditate, and then I say, I used to journal, sometimes I do, but I speak it into existence, and I use affirmations. I say, I am always abundant. I've always been abundant. Blessings and miracles and abundance in all forms is already in my reality. The universe is blessing me. I am enough and have always been more than enough, right? So I say those every day, and I believe it. But the reason why you want to say that is because you want to reprogram your mind to actually believe that these things are true, that I am worthy of love. I am beautiful no matter what. I am perfect the way that I am, even if people try to dim my light, or if people get annoyed by who I truly am, they could go ahead and kick rocks, So these affirmations every single day, telling yourself and feeling it, feel that shit. It reprograms your brain so you could finally believe and love yourself, that you are worthy enough. What else have I done? Honestly, healing myself on this spiritual journey, if I have to say anything, it's just about like finally paying attention to my emotions and putting myself first, and going out in nature and paying attention to why things bother me, and like getting to the root of those emotions, and then reprogramming my brain to know that like I am loved and I am worthy, and I've always been loved and worthy, and like, it's not fair what people have done to me, but like, and you start forgiving. And the one thing that I want to say, after you forgive people that have hurt you, and take your time, like, even now, I don't know if I forgive completely, but I understand and I empathize. You know what I mean? Like, I'm no longer hateful or angry. I understand and I empathize. But once you get past all those emotions, the one thing that is one of the most hardest to do is forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for the person that you used to be before you've healed yourself. And that within itself is so much. It heals you a lot when you forgive yourself. And to truly forgive yourself, though, because although there's no excuse for what we didn't know better, and now we are better. So the goal is to not be that person anymore. Also, I want to say this, going on this healing spiritual journey, when you're going through it and you're raising your vibration, right, and you're leveling up and you're seeing life different, synchronicities start to happen, angel numbers, just like you start to wake up and actually, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this fucking world. And another thing is, hold on, before I'm going to get back to that, but another thing is gratitude. Wake up, have a gratitude journal, because gratitude and love are the strongest, most highest emotions that you could have on this earth. So that heals you, having gratitude and love. If you can be grateful and give love and receive love on a daily basis, it's like healing within itself, right? But I want to say that the true love story is self-love. So before you can truly give it to people, you have to give it to yourself. Fill your own cup with self-love. Tell yourself, give yourself flowers. Tell yourself that you love yourself, that you're beautiful, that you are handsome, that you are whatever it is. Give it to yourself. Show yourself that love first. Validate within yourself, because you don't need people to validate you. You can validate yourself. And that's the thing on this healing journey that I've learned is I don't need people to validate me. I now understand that the reason why people hurt me, everything that people have done to me, like, it doesn't bother me. People can continue to try to hurt me, and it's not going to bother me, because I've healed myself so much and I've given myself self-love that I understand that people are only projecting, and I know that I'm worthy. Whether people say something about me or not and have an opinion about whatever I do, I'm always going to be worthy. Their opinion is their opinion. Their opinion isn't my view on myself. It's just their opinion. Their opinion doesn't mean that it's true. It's their opinion. You know what I mean? And so you start to realize, like, that's not true. That's just you. That's your reality. Like, your reality is true for you and my reality is true for me. And you separate that. You can have a gratitude journal every morning. Practice gratitude. Oh my goodness, it is so fucking important. Practice gratitude, my love. Practice giving yourself love and see how far you can go with that. I promise, like, even with the littlest things, you're going to start waking up. And just like, I wake up every day, I'm like, good morning, Mother Earth. Good morning, Spirit Guides. I love you all. I'm here. Like, I'm so grateful to just fucking be alive. Like, today's gonna be a good day. I'm so grateful that I get to see this world with magic, that I get to, like, the veil thinned. I'm so grateful that I put in all this work and I get to fucking be here. That I get to be here. I'm so grateful for my old self, suffering and going through all of the things she went through so I can thrive. I am so fucking grateful. And I wouldn't want to change that. Like, I put in so much work to get to where I am. I put in so much work. And I love who I am. And I'm so grateful for all of those 8 long fucking years looking inward and being on this spiritual healing journey and trusting that everything is working in my highest good and putting in the work and meditating and doing affirmations. I am so grateful that I can stop, that I'm me. I wouldn't want to be anybody else other than me, and that's what it's about. But yeah, sorry guys. I also want to say that being on this healing journey, this spiritual healing journey, gets lonely. You're gonna raise your vibration, you're gonna change, and you're gonna see things different. You're gonna genuinely be happy, and people aren't gonna understand you. Like, my journey was fucking lonely. It was super lonely, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I embraced my independence. Not like, I used to be so scared of being alone, and being alone now is my number one top priority. I am my own best friend. My mind used to be a scary place to be, but now it is the safest place to be. I love my mind and my thoughts and who I am. Like, I stand in my power. But the thing is that people aren't going to understand you. People aren't going to get you. Some people aren't meant to understand, okay? That doesn't mean what you're going through isn't real. And I want to say this because sometimes you might feel like you're alone, like nobody gets it, like you might be making it up, like you're crazy, but you're not. You're not. A lot of the people in this world currently don't understand. But that's going to change soon. That's going to change with people like me and other people out there doing this and doing whatever other people are doing, showing that it is possible. But don't be timid if people don't get you, because you got it, and I believe in you, and you are strong enough to overcome and persevere all of those people trying to dim your light. You can do it, I promise. But yeah, I don't know what else. Oh, if you're into spirituality, spiritual stuff, I assume you are because you found this. I started a few years ago talking to my spirit guides. You can talk to spirit, universe, whoever you want to talk to, they're there. But I say spirit guides because I know that they've been there and they give me guidance and they love me truly. We're always loved on the other side, but my spirit guides have always been on my side, always. And it's a team. They guided me to this point. And there were times where I just didn't want to live, and they were always there for me, even when I didn't know that they were, because I was too sad. Ding, you guys, I'm fucking telling you, did you hear that ding? Every time I do a YouTube video, it always fucking dings. And no one ever texts me, so it's the craziest fucking shit that it dings. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I asked my spirit guides for clarity. I asked them for clarity and guidance. And I asked them for help. Because they can't give you the answer, right? But they can guide you and give you clarity. And so be open to wherever that message is coming from. But I asked them for help. Or, back in the day, I had said, I'm ready for the next part of my healing journey. And when you say you're ready, be prepared for a tower moment. Because, that shit's going to be tough. But once you overcome it, blessings are on the way. I promise you, you can do it. But yeah, what else do I have to say? Healing yourself spiritually is about looking inwards and embracing your darkness and embracing your shadow and loving and integrating your shadow with your light, because your shadow and your darkness is what suffered and put in so much sacrifice so you can thrive now, so it's embracing all parts of you, every single part of you. It's no longer projecting, it's meditating, it's journaling, it's going out in nature, it's putting yourself first, it's understanding that everything is working for your highest good, it's understanding boundaries, it's wanting to see your life positive, it's waking up and choosing to be positive. Like, yes, we have emotions and stuff, but like, you have a choice. Feel your emotions when you have them. I always say that, but at the end of it, you always have a choice to stay negative or to see the good in things and to be positive. You always have a choice, my love. It's understanding that you're not better than anybody else because you're putting in the work and you're healing. We're not better. I'm not better than anybody. I'm not better. We're not better. Everybody is, and everybody's healing journey is unique to them, and everybody's reality is true to them. We don't force or act like we're better than anybody else. It's going back to the love source and understanding that we are love. And once you've healed and worked on yourself, you're now capable of giving love to others, because that's the whole point, is to give love and be kind and be empathetic. And the only way we can do that to get to who we truly are and get to this true happiness is looking inward and embracing your darkness and your shadow and working through all those emotions and knowing that at the end of it, you've always been worthy. You will always be worthy. But you know what? That old version of yourself that suffered, you're no longer her or him or they or them. You're no longer that person. And that's the thing, is that you can look back and say, God damn, I did all of that. I did it. I could have not imagined myself being here, but I did it. I did it, and I am so proud of myself. And I was as much worthy back then as I am now. I just didn't see it. I think that's about it, because, healing yourself spiritually is just really about looking inwards and meditating and being grateful and showing love and being in nature, if that's your thing. But nature heals. Meditation heals. Removing yourself from people that just don't serve you. Also understanding your fault in hurting others. We're not always blaming others. It's understanding our fault and our traumas, or understanding how toxic we were to others. It's like really unraveling every single part of you to understand, like, yes, this person hurt me, but then I hurt somebody else. And like, that's where I say self-forgiveness comes in. But yeah, it takes time. But take it from me, I promise, when you get there to the point to where like you've overcome a lot of stuff, it's an amazing feeling. I promise. It's an amazing feeling. I really do love myself. I could have never imagined loving myself this much. Never in my life. But I do. and it's only up from here. And my job, I tell you guys, my job is to sit here and show love to people, and I'm helping people love themselves, and I'm helping people heal. And I have a different purpose, and I'm not better than anybody else, but I have a purpose, and this is my purpose. And I'm still figuring out how to do all of that, but this is my purpose, because I truly, truly believe that people deserve to be loved. And it truly breaks my heart knowing that there are people out there who suffer, who self-hate, because I was that person, and I don't, it makes me sad. Sorry. The microphone might have broken up right now, so you guys might not hear it because lately it's been acting up, but that's about it, my loves. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and send them in the comments, because I'm literally speaking on the top of my head and just talking about my experience and everything that I've gone through, and what I've overcome, because I know that's the best way to speak about something, is to go through it, and I went through it heavily. So yeah, I love you guys very much, and I believe in you. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye, my loves.